Hey guys, this is Erica Deal coming to you live for my very first Twitch stream. This is the story stream where we will evaluate storylines and character developments in video games. We'll discuss plot points, foreshadowing, inciting incidents, and all other manners of story devices in order to appreciate the best stories that are now coming out of video games. If you just hang on with me for just a moment, I need to tweet out that we are live, and I forgot to do that beforehand. This is as I said, this is my first stream, so things are a little wonky right now, trying to figure out all the ins and outs of everything. So give me a second while I put in my tags and announce that we are actually live for anyone who wants to come and join us, okay? So we are playing Epistory to start out the stream, so I am going to put that in the category. And writing, coaching, adventure game, educational game, and I think that is good enough. We need a title for the stream, so we'll call it the story stream. Checking out the epic story of Epistory. Okay, update information. Let's see if that works out. Okay, am I live? Am I tweeted out into the universe? Let's go back to the channel so I can pop out the chat. Okay, there we go. So as I said, in the next several streams, we'll be playing the game Epistory, which came out in 2016, but it's currently on sale for Steam for their summer sale at 60% off. I think the price is now $5.99. And Steam describes Epistory as an immersive, atmospheric action-adventure game where you play a girl riding a giant fox who fights an insectile corruption from an origami world. As you progress and explore this world, the story literally unfolds and the mysteries of the magic power of the words are revealed. Now, this sounds super exciting. One, it's a typing game, so in order to fight your monsters and have your battles, you are typing words as fast as you can. That sounds exciting for me as a writer. I like to type. And it reminds me of a game I played when I was younger and started learning how to type, which was Mario Teaches Typing, which was a lot of fun, as the title suggests. And I think a friend told me about this game, and she had mentioned that the plot line was something around a writer who loses her inspiration and is trying to find it back. And the Steam description doesn't really go into that, but I'm excited to see what mysteries unfold in this game. And it seems like it's really focused on the power of words and the magic of words. And I think that that's such an important thing to have nowadays, to really remember that words are communication. They are our language. They are our ability to persuade people, manipulate people, have power over people. Those are not really great things, but the good things are words can also touch people and reach inside people and communicate across time and space through the written word, and be able to put form to emotions and thoughts to emotions. And I think words are just so powerful that we need to remember that they are our form of communicating across time and space. So I'm really excited to play this game. So let's get to it. And I hope everything is going well. If there's something wrong with the levels or the chat or anything like that, please let me know. I can't really hear what you guys are hearing, so I appreciate any kind of helpful tips for how everything is sounding, okay? Thanks. All right, so let's get Epistory up and check this out. It also looks like a beautiful game, which I'm really excited about. Okay, let's change over to the game screen. Need some water because you guys wouldn't maybe realize this, but streaming is really stressful and nerve-wracking. And I'm a little bit nervous. So my mouth is going dry. All right. Are we coming up? Yay! We have a stream. We have a game. I mean, we also have a stream, which is great and exciting. And I didn't really have any other excuses to not stream other than my own fear of doing live video. So here we go. I'm not sure how your audio is from here. It seems like it will be good. It's so pretty. Look at that red fox. Look how gorgeous. Do you see my... You don't see my cursor. Okay. That's good to know. I don't know if that's a problem yet, but we'll find out. Let me pop out the chat really quick so I can see if anyone is chatting. So give me a second. Okay, chat. I saw it pop out. Oh, there we go. Pop out the chat. You can't see what I'm doing. Sorry about that. But I just want to make sure that my game is in full screen mode on one monitor. So I wanted to bring the Twitch chat over to my other monitor so I could see it if you guys have anything to say. All right, I think that's good. So let's start up the game. I'm excited. This is great. The bridge. Look at that cute and handsome, attractive fox. That is so pretty. Apparently we're a blonde. I've never really wanted to be a blonde. Not that I have anything against blondes, but I like my red hair. My entire family has red hair. We're like the Weasleys. Alright, that is a little bit loud, I think. Okay, the bridge. Do I type? Do I... Nope, I click.
Once upon a time. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. There was a girl.
It's a very Charles Dickens opening.
Upon the back of a great fox. But they were lost. They had always been lost. Until a path appeared, and so she followed.
EFJI. I love this already. This is spectacular. I'm not sure if the volume is too loud. It's a little bit loud in my ear, but that's not getting adjusted right now. Because I'm on a Mac, and Macs are weird. Okay. So first of all, that opening, Once Upon a Time, is a classic story opening. Obviously, we've heard it all in fairy tales, so I love that it's setting up the fairy tale feeling of this piece. And I believe it was the best of times, it was the worst of times, comes from Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities, if I'm not mistaken. And I just love those little literary nods to classic literature and fairy tale literature, setting up the atmosphere of this game. I think it's great. And this pathway being old antique paper full of words is just phenomenal. It's really beautiful. And I can't wait to start running down it. So let's see what happens. Okay. Oops. Wait. F is down. This is a little strange.
Was the path leading her? Or was she leading it? She didn't know. It was just there.
Can I use arrow keys? That might be easier. Not really easier, no. We'll get used to it.
All of a sudden, she knew where she was. She was home.
Ah, amid the story trees.
The woods had sheltered her as a child.
Okay, quick story time. I love this because I also feel an affinity with the woods, and I had a woods in my backyard growing up, and I just feel so fortunate and lucky to have had that experience of having a safe woods to go and play in and climb around in and explore, and nothing really bad would happen there. It was between two apartment complexes, and no one really ventured there other than the kids who lived in the neighborhood. It led to a playground on one of the other apartment complexes. So it was just a fun place to explore. And I used to make all these maps and, maps and drawings of the different trees. And we would name the rocks and the trees. And there were some broken down cars that we would call different things. And we would just create this pathway to the park. And it was just such a magical place to grow up in. And now that I live in Northeast New Jersey, I am aware of how very fortunate I was to have that growing up in the middle of central New Jersey, being around the suburbs, being around the city, and more city-ish type locations, like urban type locations. To have that little oasis in our backyard was just so wonderful. So I completely resonate with this line about the woods had sheltered her as a child. Like, that's what I felt like in my woods. And I want to go back there someday soon and take a walk around. And I find it so depressing, though, when I go back, because the woods are overgrown. And there are no kids out. We used to ride bikes on the paths. We used to walk the paths and run the paths. And everything would be... what's the word? Sorry. I'm talking about words in this game and I can't think of the word. Everything would be trimmed down naturally because people and kids were running through them all the time. Running through the paths. And now you go back and it's just so overgrown and so obvious that kids aren't playing outside anymore. Kids aren't exploring this beautiful, amazing woods that they have that's still there. So I don't know if it's a video game thing or an electronic technology thing, or if it's parents feel unsafe that kids are out and about nowadays. I'm not really sure what the change is, but it's a sad change. I grew up in those woods and those are my home. And it's, as this passage says, the woods had sheltered me as a child. So I just find it really sad. So go out and explore your local woods. Go commune among the trees. Okay. I'm still not used to these controls.
The path was blocked before her.
Press space or enter to switch mode, then type the word to destroy the obstacle. Oak. Okay, I don't have to do caps lock. That's good.
The path stretched deeper into the forest.
Oh, little bunny rabbit. Hello, little bunny rabbit. Can I, say hi? No? You run away from me? Oh, because foxes and bunny rabbits don't mix very well, do they? Can I go back? How do I go back? How do I back up?
She remembered animals frolicking in the glades.
Does she not have her memory? I mean, she's lost. I guess she's lost, in terms of not remembering things. I thought it was more of an existential loss.
She remembered planting flowers.
Each word typed gives inspiration points. Remember to press the space to display the words. Okay. Crocus, clover, iris, heather. Ooh, pretty. I made flowers. Oh, speaking of clovers, that's another little quirk of mine. I have this strange affinity for finding four-leaf clovers. I just happen upon them, and I actually have a huge collection of them in my house. In pretty much in most of my books, I have at least one four-leaf clover pressed between the pages, kind of like people or older people used to press money between pages so they would have them littered throughout the house and have access to money when times were hard. I do that with four-leaf clovers, and I'm not really sure they bring me any luck other than finding more, but that's a pretty cool trick to have. So I don't mind finding more. I actually, every time that the spring rolls around and I happen upon one, because I don't really go looking for them all that much. I just sort of stumble across them and I look down and poof, there are like 3 4-leaf clovers and a 5-leaf at my feet. So whenever that happens, I feel very happy that my power is still with me and I still have that kinship with 4-leaf clovers and 5-leaf and 6-leaf. Like I found up to 6 leaves before. I think the record is like 18 leaves. I've never seen one of those, but I would love to. That must be a really beautiful like mandala of clover leaves. But you know, maybe sometime, maybe I'll find a 7 or 8 leaf. Like that would be pretty cool. Okay, so let's frolic among the flowers. Let's press the right keys to do that. Do we need to go in the thing?
She
Yes.
felt the woods begin to wake up around her.
I think the woods is unfolding around her. Look at all that paper and all that land. Do I do something?
Who? Where? Why?
When? Oh, what? Oh, I have another pathway over here. I'm really bad at these controls. I'll get the hang of them. Maybe.
She remembered exploring the twisted paths. The more she remembered, the stronger she felt.
What is that? Is that like 2 bunny rabbits put together? It kind of looks like a big claw hand from my vantage point. But I think they're bunny rabbits. They're just kind of hanging out together. Am I supposed to follow the path? What is this big snake thing? Ah! Come back down.
She would have to burn the brambles before she could pass through them.
Oh, they're brambles! They look like little snakes. Like snake brambles, and they still might be, because they look like the thorn at the top looks like an eye, but I see now that they are thorns. And that's kind of like a nod to Sleeping Beauty and the and Rapunzel and a lot of fairy tales actually that have brambles as a natural guard against something. Like either you can't get into the palace, or the prince in Rapunzel falls down from the tower and gets, his eyes blinded by thorns, and it's Rapunzel's tears eventually that into his eyes that bring his sight back. So we see brambles a lot in literature. Okay. Ooh, there's a chest. We are geocaching. We're finding things people left for us in the forest. Woohoo!
She remembered finding magical things in Wonderful.
New upgrade available. New zone ready to be revealed. How on earth do I get an upgrade? I don't know. Okay, we're just going to continue on because I don't know what I'm supposed to do and they haven't told me. You have enough inspiration points for an upgrade. Open the menu with tab. Okay, thank you for telling me, game. Choose an upgrade by typing its name. Oh, fun. Velocity is the fox will walk and sprint faster, and intensity, each word type will give more time on combo. I like intensity because I'm really bad at the walking and the sprinting. I mean, in person, naturally, I have bad feet. I tore my Achilles tendon a few years ago, and it hasn't really been right since then. But in the game, I mean, I'm bad at walking and sprinting because the directionals just don't like me. So we'll go with intensity. Did I not spell that right? Oh. No, I did that. Okay. Tab.